Let me also go across to my guests who are joining us live right now. We have Mr. R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist. Also joining us live is Shekhar Iyer, who's a senior journalist as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us here today. You know, some interesting stories that have emerged out of the way the floor test was conducted because Mr. Rajgopalan, Vijay managed to, win the trust. And it was expected as well, but 144, how do you see that number? But it also exposed that how AIADMK is a divided house now.
It's a very, very victory for Mr. Vijay, and he has to be congratulated on that. The number 144 came out of, 30 members of AIADMK split. It's an unfortunate day because an opposition party, if it is getting divided, and we have to quote Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin's, speech also. He has also, given a speech which exposes not only DMK but also AIADMK. Tamil Nadu is getting into a new era, my understanding. A generation change has come, and today's victory will also ensure that Vijay has to perform these commitments, and whatever he has given assurances in the election manifesto, that should be reflected in another 5 years' time. And today's speech is also by the Chief Minister is also very interesting. He did not touch any controversial subjects, but he expects a smooth functioning for the days to come. But the way in which Udayanidhi Stalin also hit at the Chief Minister also indicates that future Tamil Nadu Assembly discussions, debates are going to be very, very interesting. Pandemonium will prevail and acrimonious scene will also come, and the Speaker will manage it properly. Vijay has a calm, cool and gentle approach that will also give additional points for the smooth functioning of the government.
Right. Mr. Shekhar Iyer, it was quite comfortable and rather easy for Vijay to really cross this particular floor test with the way MLAs really spoke about giving their support to Vijay. And I want to ask you specifically about what, of course, Udayanidhi Stalin mentioned, and also at the same time how Vijay mentioned that, one, he vowed that his government is going to remain a secular government. He also said it's going to complete full 5 years, the complete term. And he also said that the welfare schemes that were started by DMK government before him, those are going to continue as well.
Indeed, Hina. In fact, he did not make a big drama out of his speech today because he was addressing the assembly. You saw a different style where he made it clear there were 3 major points, as you mentioned. One was all the old schemes. First point was his government was not indulging in any horse trading. That point he made it very, very clear. And whatever strength on the floor reflected the strength that we began the discussion today, rather to, 119, the support that was promised by his new allies, that was intact. And also, by opposing this motion, EPS showed that his party has split with only 22 with him, and rest of the 27 have voted with Vijay. That's the second thing that came out. And the third thing that was very clear was that DMK, despite its, all the talk of trying to cooperate with this government, trying to extend, but brought out its true colors, saying that they are not here to, for a long haul. In terms of staying neutral regarding his tenure, rather Vijay's tenure. So after today's vote, they are going to get back to fiercely opposing him because Udayanidhi completely ended whatever little bonhomie we saw yesterday.
Okay. Lata Srinivasan, senior journalist, also joining us live right now. Many are saying that maybe, by abstaining, DMK has in a way helped Vijay.
Hi, Hina. Yes, absolutely. I think, right from the get-go, they've indirectly helped him because Stalin was very clear and senior leaders of the DMK were clear that he's got the people's mandate and, they should allow him to form the government and they'll see 6 months down the line, whether he's able to hold on to power, But right now, they don't want to anger the people and they've supported him throughout their allies. After a discussion with the DMK, went and gave their support to TDK, and today we saw that they abstained or they walked out. So it was very clear from the beginning that the DMK would not do anything to hinder the formation of the government.
Ms. Lata Srinivasan, I'm just interrupting you there. We have to cut across to the assembly again.
வணக்கம் அரசு எவர் மீதும் வெறுப்பு காட்டும் அரசு அல்ல, எல்லோரையும் விரும்பும் அரசு. மக்களே முக்கியம், மக்கள் நலன் மட்டுமே முக்கியம். அதுவே எங்கள் ஒரே நிலைப்பாடு. எனவே மனசாட்சி உள்ள மக்களாட்சிக்கு ஆதரவளித்த அனைவருக்கும் மீண்டும் என்னுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
பேரவை மீண்டும் கூடும் நாள் குறிப்பிடப்பெறாமல் ஒத்திவைக்க கோரும் தீர்மானம். மாண்புமிகு பேரவை முன்னவர் அவர்கள்.
மாண்புமிகு பேரவைத் தலைவர் அவர்களே, பேரவை விதி 25 கீழ் பேரவை மீண்டும் கூடும் நாள் குறிப்பிடாமல் ஒத்திவைக்கப் பெறலாம் எனும் தீர்மானத்தை மொழிகிறேன்.
மாண்புமிகு பேரவை முன்னவர் அவர்களின் தீர்மானம் பேரவையின் முடிவிற்கு விடப்படுகிறது. ஏற்போர் ஆம் என்க, மறுப்போர் இல்லை என்க. மறுப்போரே இல்லை என்று கருதுகிறேன். மறுப்போரே இல்லை. தீர்மானம் ஒருமனதாக நிறைவேறியது. பேரவை மீண்டும் கூடும் நாள் குறிப்பிடப்பெறாமல் ஒத்திவைக்கப்படுகிறது. வணக்கம்.
All right, so we just were getting, in fact, live updates from the Assembly. But the big news right now is that the Chief Minister has successfully cleared the floor test. He won the floor test, the Tamil Nadu Assembly floor test, with 144 MLAs expressing confidence in his government. In fact, it comfortably won the floor test, crossing the majority mark using the vote of confidence in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, with 144 MLAs voting for Vijay. And after clearing the test, we heard the Chief Minister, Vijay, speaking, and he assured that this is going to be a government for the common man. Let me go back to my guests who continue to be with us at this point in time. Ms. Lata Srinivasan, I had to interrupt you earlier. Of course, now for Vijay, the real journey is going to begin because he is now the Chief Minister. But then, you know, it's not going to be easy for him, isn't it? And also, I want to ask you about what happens to AIADMK now, given what we saw in the Assembly today, the bribery charges that came from EPS and how even Velumani was allowed to speak, how he extended support to Vijay's TVK.
Yes, absolutely, Hina. You know, today it was very clear that this was going to be a test more for the AIADMK rather than the TVK, because everybody was sure that Vijay would get his numbers. But this split, internal conflict, you know, with two leaders fighting over the MLAs in the AIADMK was the big contest to watch. And now, you know, it's going to get heated up once the session is over, because as we saw, there was a split. Both the leaders were allowed to speak on the floor, which is a first. And you know, this is turning out to be very interesting. You know, what happens next? Does the anti-defection law come into place? What is going to happen? That is what, you know, everybody is going to be talking about for the next few days.
Mr. Rajgopalan, what are your thoughts? What's going to happen with AIADMK now? Another vertical split that we've been discussing over the last few days. Do you think it's going to get official? Do you think Velumani has enough numbers to avoid disqualification?
Everything depends on the Speaker of the Tamil Nadu Assembly, whether he recognizes or not everything. Even if it goes to the Supreme Court, the Speaker decision is final. You have seen in Maharashtra Assembly what happened.
Okay.
6 years, 5 years. They
but because Mr. R. Rajgopalan, Speaker allowed SP Velumani to speak, do you think in a way he recognized that other faction? Otherwise, why would that happen? Help us understand.
Yeah, and interestingly, the Speaker himself was a negotiating committee between OPS and EPS. So therefore, he knows the problem, he knows the politics, he knows the future of Vijay's government. Therefore, my understanding is, yes, he recognized the split. And moreover, finally, Hina, having covered Parliament for several years, I would like to say only one comment, that Vijay has today proved very well. I have covered a lot of, you know, debates on confidence motion, no confidence motion, etc. But today, Mr. Vijay has come out like Narendra Modi, though he's a combination of PV Narasimha Rao, Deva Gowda, Inder Kumar Gujarat, like minority government. But he said, "Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas." That's a welcome sign.
Do you've compared him to Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Are you trying to suggest that perhaps in Tamil Nadu politics he'll be able to fill the void that has been there, you know, for a very long time after J. Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi passed away? Do you think he is now going to be the one?
Yeah, for another 10 to 15 years, no one can shake him.
Okay.
He's going to be the future Narendra Modi because he wants the digital children to be happy. He wants to help everyone. At the final, he said, "Ellarukkum ellarume." That means I am here for everyone. Those who voted against me also. Therefore, he has a bright vision. He's young, China. He's only 52. Another 10, 15 years are ahead of him. We wish him well because Vijay has brought a cultural change. Youth have on with him. Culture. Not only that, I would like to say that he has changed the entire Tamil Nadu political history.
Okay, but Mr. Shekhar Iyer, I mean, the coalition that he has, it's quite fragile. I mean, most of the partners who've supported him are actually DMK allies.
He's actually no longer fragile, actually. To the contrary, even if those 8 people were to walk out, there is no problem. I mean, he's well above the halfway mark. So from today onwards, even if the former allies or even the continuing allies of the DMK wish to say goodbye on some reason or something, they are free to go. Because by letting Velumadi to speak on behalf of the faction that is backing Vijay, it is very clear, it's a part of the records now that that the support, that extra support of 25 members, though it doesn't follow that 2/3 prescription of the anti-defection law. But the fact that, and you saw how EPS opposed Velumadi being given an opportunity to state his views. I mean, we saw it in front of us. So what is going to happen from now on is Vijay will now focus on governance. There are a lot of things to do. I think now he did not worry about the floor strength. Those who wish to change their mind, they can change. Because DMK, under Uday Stalin, has changed its mind. If you ask me, I don't think there is going to be any further, all that goody-goody things are over now.
Absolutely.
They are going to watch like hawk, look for where he slips. If there is a crack, then they will pounce on him. That's clear. But then Vijay was unhassled. He was calm. He saw how leaders spoke. Because for the first time, he's playing the real life chief minister, and he can see how leaders, what they tell him in private, what they say in public. He can see all that. And that's why he heard them in silence. And the last word, as Mr. Rajagopal also pointed out, he said, look, I am not going to get into all these things. This government is for all. And for those who express fears about whether this government will be secular enough, particularly the former allies of the DMK who are now allies of TVK, he said, this government is for all. I mean, it is committed to all the secular values. I mean, there's no need for anyone to worry. And it's going to focus on all the things that it had promised to do. And in effect, saying that the guiding force for this government, for his government, will be the mandate that people has handed to him. That message came out very clear.
Right. Stay on with us. In fact, James Martin, who's a TVK supporter, joining us on the broadcast as well. Good afternoon. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. What a day really it has been for TVK, for Vijay specifically. Did you expect this much of support for Vijay today in the assembly during floor test? 144 MLAs expressed confidence in him as the chief minister and his government.
Yeah, actually, the alliance support was expected, and the support from the AIADMK till yesterday it was not expected. But today it was expected, but the number is a little bit lesser than what they have said earlier. That is the fraction of AIADMK. And also DMK walking out from the assembly is unexpected. So yes, it's a historic day and a victory for TVK Vijay as a chief minister. Yes, it's a happy moment, and definitely in the upcoming history, it will be referred for a very long time that this situation has happened in the floor of Tamil Nadu Assembly.
Right. It's a historic day clearly for TVK and for Tamil Nadu politics as well. Stay with us. Let me go across to Lata Srinivasan as well once again. Lata Srinivasan, while of course Vijay has won the floor test, and like what we've been discussing earlier, that's going to be the next big focus, the future of AIADMK. And as James Martin mentioned, the support by this rebel camp of AIADMK was lesser than what was really expected, because we were talking about at least 30 odd MLAs who are going to be with Velumani to support TVK, but that it seems did not happen. So it's going to be a challenge for the rebel faction to prove the 2/3 majority now.
Yeah, completely agree with you, Hina. But then see, at the end of the day, right now, what the focus is that, Vijay has got the support. He is going to start, his governance in full-fledged manner. Where the ADMK is concerned, it's going to be an internal fight. We just need to wait and watch as to what is going to happen. While the number was 30, like you said, that went with SP Velumani, EP has managed to get some of them back on his side, which is why, the numbers were far less on the floor today. But this is going to be an internal fight which is going to play out over the next few days. We just need to wait and watch what happens next, whether EPS takes any legal action or what is going to happen next.
Mr. R. Rajgopalan, are you expecting this to, go to the courts now, the fight for two leaf symbol, something that we've seen happening with other political parties in other states as well?
It will lead to a lot of confusion and also a clarity in the cadres and also leaders. Now, what is going to be the future of O. Pannirselvam? He is a DMK member who elected in Rising Sun. I learned that DMK members of Parliament, the Assembly, and also the leader said, now you are alone. Most of the ADMK members have also ditched DMK because DMK consists of former ADMK MLAs only. So now it's for you to decide. Now, O. Pannirselvam, Sasikala, T.T. Dinakaran, Edappadi Palaniswamy and Velumani, if they sit together and try to revive, there is a chance of ADMK revival. But I don't think so because of various contradictions, various caste factors, various regional factors. Hina, you have to understand, it's a Gounder versus Tevar community clash. Therefore, I don't see any homogeneity or any, merger of the ADMK. Now, two-leaf symbol is slowly, getting relegated and decay. But we have to wait and watch how the DMK is going to perform, how ADMK is good. And now, high time, Mr. Udayanidhi is also to be, yesterday after his speech in the Assembly about the Sanathan Dharma, it has gone viral in North India. How Vijay is going to handle that, we have to wait and watch. He said conciliatory terms Mr. Vijay has approached. Vijay has lot of political challenges. He has to deliver that K.N. Nehru, who is sitting next to Uday, who was sitting next to Udayanidhi, he is facing an FIR. What is the government's role, Mr. Vijay? Are you going to give FIR firing or not? Are you going to leave them like that? Like Mr. M.K. Stalin left Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy from Kodanadu murder case. So therefore, we have to wait and watch. Suppose if we started to arrest 4 or 3, 5 or 6, important DMK leaders, then the cadre will be energized and DMK will get strengthened. DMK will have a sympathy, or ADMK will have a sympathy. In Tamil Nadu, in nutshell, having covered for more than 40 years, I say days are ahead for Mr. Vijay. And the decimation of the Dravidian movement, I foresee in another, 10 to 15 years. The way in which generation change has happened, a lot of, kudos to Mr. Vijay's leadership, and he has to keep it up. Otherwise, if he slips, he will be Kejriwal. If he keeps a Prante, he's MGR.
Well, I think that's a very interesting comparison that you made. And James Martin, now the real challenge for Vijay is going to begin. He will have to fulfill all the promises he has made to the people of Tamil Nadu, who really voted for him in large numbers, who have put their faith in Vijay, and something new that he, promised to the people of Tamil Nadu.
He promised a corruption-free government. He personally said multiple times in his speech, I will not involve in any sort of corruption. So his cadres, that is his party members who is representing TVK, is also not going to do. And yet again, while he took swear, he said again that I will not allow corruption. And also, considering these corruption factors, he have ordered to, display white reports on all the departments because for the past 40 years plus, these both governments have been utilizing the government resources and they are handling the governance. And since the new governance is coming, definitely there will be a lot of loopholes, and definitely they are going to find out many, like Sir said, there are many pending cases against the past, MLAs and MPs. So taking those files and making a corruption-free government is not easy, because there will be a lot of opposition will come in many different ways. So yes, it's a difficult and a challenging task to handling the governance and also addressing the people's issue and also handling the pressures from both the sides of these already well-established parties. So, but Vijay knew, and he is confident that people is inside. And now the support is keep on gaining. Like Udayanidhi Stalin said, there is 60% of people who doesn't support TVK. Actually, it is changing right now. At this moment itself, it's changing. The number is gaining, and upcoming elections will display that TVK will gain more number of support from the people, and the governance of TVK will be new after a very long decade of Dravidian parties ruling. Definitely is going to be a history, and let's witness it.
Okay, Mr. R. Rajgopalan wants to come in, and also I want you to comment on how several political parties raised the issue of his astrologer being appointed as OSD.
It's a good commentary, I should say, because Vijay trusts that person. Who are they to ask Vijay? If I want to have Hina in my show, no one can say, or Hina wants to keep Rajgopalan in my show. Who are the others to say it? Second thing, these are all certain things which will create a communal background. That is why they are. Same astrologer has also predicted Mr. L.K. Advani, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. So why don't you have it? Then my understanding, why Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao kept Chandraswamy with him? You tell me. Though he has not appointed him, he was privy to certain things. Therefore, whatever Vijay has done is a welcome step. For everything, you cannot be criticizing. My two immediate questions here. One, the future of Indie Bloc. What is going to happen? Will Vijay join Indie Bloc? Will Vijay take Rahul Gandhi seriously? Yes. Will Rahul Gandhi be another alternate for the South Indian politics? May not be. My only item is, why should Madam Kanimozhi write a letter to Speaker Lok Sabha Om Birla seeking a separate seating arrangement for AIADMK members? So far, they were all sitting next to DMK. The DMK start seat with Congress. Now, why they are discussing? Does it mean that DMK is joining NDA? Or DMK coming to the closer to Narendra Modi? Yesterday, Narendra Modi heckled Congress in Visakhapatnam and Andhra beaches that they churi maar diya DMK ko, that is backstab the DMK. Second point, which Madam Lata Srinivasan should explain, what is the future of Red Giant in the cinema industry? You have to focus. Today, cinema industry is in peril in Tamil Nadu, OTT, and also the digitization, release of Jananayagan movies. What is the future of cine industry? So the people are more interested because he comes from cinema. For the last 50, 60 years, the cinema industry has a chain of thread between many politicians, Karunanidhi, MGR, Jayalalitha, Rajinikanth, Vijay, like that.
Right.
What is the future of the in cinema industry?
Okay. Lata Srinivasan, I think very important point Mr. R. Rajgopalan has raised here. I mean, what happens to INDIA bloc from here on? I mean, what is your understanding?
Before that, I'd like to respond to what he said about the astrologer. I respect his views, but Vijay was voted because he didn't speak about religion. He was against caste. He was promoting a secular government, and that is what he's still continuing to do. That is the foundation, the basis.
But then, Ms. Lata Srinivasan, he was visiting temples, he was visiting churches, he was visiting dargahs also to project that he is a secular face. What he is going to bring to the people of Tamil Nadu is a secular government.
Absolutely, Hina, I agree. But appointing an astrologer, his personal astrologer, which has never been done, and everybody in Tamil Nadu, all the politicians, including Jayalalitha, whom Radhan Pandit has also given advice on, right? Nobody ever appointed an astrologer as a special officer of the government. And optics here matter. Public image matters. What the people think about you matter at the end of the day. They do not want, to see him believing believing in such things. At a personal level, you can do what you want, but I don't think being part of the government is going to bode well for him as far as the people are concerned and what they think about him. Right?
Okay.
That is something I want to reiterate.
Okay. Let me get in a word from James Martin as well on the astrologer aspect, and then we'll talk about INDI bloc and its future and whether Vijay will join the INDI bloc or not. James Martin, what are your thoughts on an astrologer, his personal astrologer being appointed as an OSD now?
He actually is not only astrologer. He's also advisor for a long time for many influencing people in politics. And right now, Vijay is chosen him because...
But do you agree this is bad optics, James Martin?
See, actually, we have seen multiple number of bad choices in the past. So this is not, it is just a criticism we can see. And depends on the inputs of him. If it benefits for the people and the government, definitely it's the right choice. So straight away, we can't come to a conclusion. Let's wait and see and how it's transformed and how is, suggesting on behalf of the government. Let's see.
Okay, Lata Srinivasan. Now, let's talk about the future of INDI bloc. Do you think Vijay will eventually be a part of the INDI bloc? Do you think this will mean DMK coming out of the INDI bloc and perhaps forming a third front? Because Arvind Kejriwal is already out of the INDI bloc. His Aam Aadmi Party is not there. So, do you think that will happen? And will that be a good move for Vijay going forward?
See, right now at this point, I think the Congress needs TVK more than the other way around. Okay, they saw this as an opportunity to come back to power, and if they give him, if they are given the two ministries as is being talked about, they do come back to power in Tamil Nadu. So I think the Congress needs TVK more, and they are definitely going to try and influence him to get him on board. Now the DMK, has broken off the alliance with the Congress, but it's not out of the Indie bloc yet. So there's still some permutations and combinations that need to be worked out before.
But Ms. Lata Srinivasan, do you think it's just a matter of time now? Because Kanimoyi has already requested that DMK MPs would not like to sit next to Congress MPs in the parliament.
Yeah, see, this has happened in Tamil Nadu. The Congress-DMK alliance was one of the strongest, which was believed to be one of the strongest, and it's broken. Now that, Congress is aligned with TDK, definitely there is, and Vijay likes Rahul Gandhi a lot. Let me tell you that. Since 2009, when he went and met him, Vijay has always liked him, liked the political leader that he is, and has tried to follow in his footsteps. He talks about change. So in the future, we could possibly see, TVK joining the Indie bloc. So we just have to wait and watch. It's going to take some time, but it is likely to happen.
Okay, James Martin, will that be the right thing for Vijay?
It's in the nearby future, and right now the important concern will be governing the state of Tamil Nadu. So for the MP elections, considering there is some time, and before that there is local body election, and how Congress and TVK is aligning for that is also an important consideration, because Congress been established their alliance based on the upcoming future of their party while considering its party's base and improving their seats. And with support of DMK, they have reduced, declined. Their seats have declined, their vote share have declined. So now, focusing on a state like Tamil Nadu, Congress have made a good move and wise choice. And definitely, yes, TVK Vijay has put a full stop for the BJP, phase that others, the opposition parties were, projecting.
Okay.
Yeah, so in that case, yes, definitely it's a positive for both the parties.
Okay, Mr. R. Rajgopalan also wants to come in.
Now, main challenge for Vijay from today onwards, will he take the AIADMK splinter group into the ministry? Or are they going to be taken in? And who is going to be the next finance minister?
But first, the rebel faction of AIADMK needs numbers. I mean, 30 did not come out to support Vijay in the assembly today.
What happened in Shiv Sena in, MLAs crossed over? Rahul Nalvarkar was having a tough time with the Supreme Court. Fortunately, the election came and Shiv Sena was wiped out. Uddhav Thackerevala. Similar situation will come in Tamil Nadu. It will drag on in the legal fraternity, and lawyers will get more bumpy and, wealth, etc. But nothing was going to happen in politics. Coming to the point, Vijay's main challenge is DMK. he has to work on the split in the DMK, which I foresee. In the family, there will be a split. There is going to be a major upheaval between Stalin and Udayanidhi and Sabarisan. These are all certain things. Because Prime Minister also spoke, and Mr. Vijay has also been talking about this in the election campaigns, etc. Now, who is going to be the next finance minister? Because as Mr. Vijay has indicated in his speech, the Tamil Nadu treasury is empty. It has been totally out of finance. He has to depend on center. And I don't think that he will whomsoever is helping Tamil Nadu, I will be very transparent. That is what Vijay claimed. That means keeping Rahul Gandhi next to him, he will definitely get support from Mr. Narendra Modi. Suppose if the Parandur airport, if center wants, or if these local villagers wanted that to be returned, what will be the attitude of Mr. Vijay? These are all certain ticklish questions. He has to undergo that rigmarole. I am very sure after meeting Prime Minister on 24th or 25th, he's coming to Delhi, I learned, and he will have a clarity about the financial situation.
Okay.
Till then, that white paper will not be released.
Okay.
Moreover, he has to get the foreign direct investments also. He cannot be doing. His main concern is finance. Who is going to be the finance minister? Don't give it to Congress. Otherwise, they will mess it up in Tamil Nadu. That is what my request to Mr. Vijay. Because Congress is a dead organization in North India. He should not be depending on Congress. You have to tie up both a tightrope walk between Congress and BJP, because another 2.5 years, Narendra Modi is going to be the chief prime minister. Who knows, after 29 also he may return. So Mr. Vijay has to there till another 5 years. He has to have a very careful treadmill walking.
Right.
So that this has to be very, very important.
Well, clearly it's going to be not easy. It's going to be a tightrope walk, we know, for Vijay. But definitely today is a historic day because he's successfully cleared the floor test with 144 MLAs expressing confidence in him as the Chief Minister and his government in Tamil Nadu. I'm completely out of time, but thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on this big story. For now, slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.